Hello, this is Keisha Thompson and I'm performing for City of Enrichment. I'm going to do two poems for you. I hope you enjoy. The first one is from my collection Luna, I hope you can see that, and it's called Algebra. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I thought I knew what this meant. Leaning back on my chair, cocky in the classroom, obsessed with getting the answer without looking for the truth, because this school system has a way of twisting things up like Rubik's Cubes. It will tell you about algebra without explaining that it's Arabic, a word handpicked from a foreign land, and its meaning is the reunion of broken things. Algebra is the alchemy of the unknown, which means that A can stand for anything, and how I would give anything to go back to my classroom, arm raised like Einstein's fringe, to ask if A could stand for the abolition of transatlantic slavery. Could it stand for the aggressive abstraction that makes my history teacher tell me only of 1807, Wilberforce, and the House of Commons? Didn't ask me to show my working out, because to get full marks, well, you'd have to mention Harriet Tubman or Nanny of the Maroons, the Haitian Revolution. For full marks, you'd need to reference that moment when Wilberforce argued that slaves are property in order to set them free. Some sugar-sweet hypocrisy turned my ancestors into outdated machines so that the hapless slave masters could reap the redundancy fee. The inconvenience of the black human spirit led to the biggest bailout that this country has ever seen. A could stand for Aviva, just one of the many companies that we use today, kick-started with slave money. A could stand for Abraham Lincoln, who wasn't pro-black, just pro-economic efficiency. Let's compensate, then colonise the slaves, free enough to afford their own poverty. This is the true meaning of algebra. It's the reunion of broken things. I guess B could stand for Black Panthers, bottled up and brought to you by Beyonce. Now, I don't have a problem with her tribute per se, but why is a Super Bowl break the classroom of today? Why do I need a pop artist to validate my body, my skin, my story, my past? B could stand for Brazilian beauty queens, too black to be broadcast. B could stand for a Burger King meal that was served to an assassin with a backdrop of burning black churches. B could stand for Bernie Grant, Brixton riots, bleach creams, an attempt to make my race more invisible than it already is. I'm just trying to teach you some algebra. It's the reunion of broken things. And I suppose that C could stand for colonialism, capitalism, credo, colourlessness, consumerism, coercion, cultural castrato. All I know is this curriculum is a caesarean section of mass destruction. It will reach into your womb and snatch you from your roots unless you are prepared. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. If you do the etymology on Pythagoras, you could argue that his name translates to destruction is a marketplace. Pretty fitting, since we know that this theorem is named after a Greek man, despite it being used by the Egyptian civilization to build the pyramids. It was used by the Babylonians before Pythagoras was getting his ass kissed by Euclid, so why is it named after him, with no mention of its heritage? Yes, he wrote the proof, and I thank him for it, but once again, black intelligence is uncredited. Algebra is these bruised knees, a black child come archaeologist, a diaspora of truth, a reunion of broken things. I think C could stand for children scribbling confused calculations in the confines of their Cartesian coordinate pages, filling each square with just one digit, out of context, rehearsing their own limits. But I think that C could stand for critique and creativity and curiosity. Find the unknown. Seek out the erasure. question the missing footnotes in those textbooks, because when you do, all those things that you've been taught might actually start to add up. Thank you.